Hello everybody, I'm quite excited to be here. I know you probably didn't expect to talk about such a topic, but I hope you will enjoy it. I'll first introduce myself. My name is Aleksandar Angelov. I'm a student at the University of Groningen in the Netherlands. And I'm also part of the local organization for AI safety called AI Safety Initiative Groningen. And I'm also the founder of AI Safety Bulgaria. So I would probably expect there to be quite many controversial opinions because this topic is very polarized. So although I will be speaking on the one side, I am welcoming every opinion, every suggestion, and I'm open to discussing every matter with you. So during the presentation, you can also raise a hand if you want to ask me questions, or after the presentation there will be time to ask me questions. So AI Safety Bulgaria, as you see, our mission is shaping tomorrow, mitigating the risks posed by advanced AI systems. So as we know, although there are many potential benefits from AI systems, there is also inherent risks. And there are contemporary risks that we will face now and in the short future, but there are also risks in the long-term future that we should address now in order to mitigate them and don't face the consequences. The agenda for today is who are we, why AI safety at all, how can you contribute, and a few questions from me that I asked and I will answer myself as well, and then I will let you know ask questions. So first, who are we? Our goal is to actively contribute to the collective attempts to reduce the unintended consequences of both advanced and contemporary forms of artificial intelligence. So, although I'm mentioning both contemporary and future forms, our main objective is the future forms. We don't underestimate the current risks like deepfakes and the misuse of language models, but I'm more focused on about the long-term risks, which I might also phrase as existential risks. What we do is we do education. We offer free courses about AI alignment and AI governance. I will tell you more about them later. We are yet to host any seminars, but I'm planning to have some known names in the field from different companies abroad and in Bulgaria that will tell you more about the field and some research projects that they are doing. We are doing field building, so we are trying to make a community of enthusiasts, academics and professionals who are passionate about AI safety and are seeing potential in developing techniques that would mitigate the risks. And we are also doing advocacy, which is trying to increase the public and policymaker awareness about the inherent risks. And we are trying to develop guidelines and policies that companies and individuals should use when designing their systems. So there are many such organizations on local, national, and international levels. So this map, as you can see, is the map from European Network for AI Safety, and it pinpoints the locations from local communities. My city, I don't know, my city is over here, Groningen. It's not listed. It's quite new and quite small yet. Also, our community is not yet listed because the organization is quite young. It has been established 2 months ago, and probably you never heard about it. A few organizations. MAIA is the MIT Alignment Institute, which is focusing on reducing existential risks, as I already mentioned quite a few times. This is the local community I'm part of, and here is the Future for Life Institute, which is located in London. You couldn't quite see it, but if you visit the website, there are quite a few materials you can find about different organizations and reading materials and everything, basically. So, if we talk about AI risks, we can categorize them in 4 main categories. First, we have the short and long term on the one scale, and then we have the accident and misuse. So we can phrase them also as unintentional and intentional work. So for the accident short term, we have, for example, say there are car crashes. I think this example is quite straightforward. For misuse, in the short term, we have deepfakes. Example is also quite straightforward. Here, a bit more controversial is the long-term misuse, which would be like an AI-enabled dictatorship, which would be for the like of, for example, China that introduced the social scores and controlling the community through some automated systems. Right now, the AI Act is trying to impose restrictions on exactly this, so we try to get away from potentially living in such reality. The real question comes when we face accident long-term risks. So what happens if you have like a very smart language model that we give it some task, some goal, and it's agentic. It can operate in the real world, it can deform it, it can extract information from everywhere. What if the goal we give it might be purely, might not be bad, but the sub-goals that this system is putting on the way might in fact be malicious. So, for example, there is like one very overused example by Nick Bostrom in his book Superintelligence, which is the paper-making AI agent, which you give it the task to make paper clips. But what if it continues to make it makes as many paper clips as possible, but it utilizes the whole resources on Earth and utilizes Earth itself. So this is quite far-fetched scenario, but I just wanted to show that the sub-goals of AI system are still not controlled in a good manner. Why AI safety again? So you all know companies like OpenAI and Meta are investing millions in the creation of AGI. If you open the OpenAI website right now, you can see that they're having an AGI politics, but they're prioritizing safety, which I don't know how true it is. I think in the previous talk we mentioned Sora, and Victor gave the example that they are not releasing it because of intellectual property rights. But in my opinion, one of the things is that it can be misused for very, very bad causes. For example, this year, for example, there's elections in more than 60 countries, and using deep fakes to manipulate the public is going to be catastrophic for our democratic society. A number of scientists believe that human-level artificial intelligence will be developed this century. As you can see on this graph, on the x-axis, you can see the y-axis, the probability of a human-level machine intelligence, and here on the x-axis, you can see the years from 2016. So let's say 50% is the threshold. So let's say most of the AI scientists believe that in 50 years from 2016, we will have probably reached human-level machine intelligence. And ensuring the safety of AI has been significantly neglected for the past few years, and on those significant efforts have been put by companies like Anthropic, OpenAI, and many like those. It's still underrepresented, and not many people know about the dangers, and they don't take them seriously. Oops, sorry. We know that AI systems have significant advantages over humans. They have process and analyze data at speeds and scales unattainable by humans, which in the future might pose significant problems. The potential for AI to exceed the numbers and resources of humanity raises doubts about how much we will be able to control it. And increasing reliance on AI could play us a dirty trick, like if we make our society highly reliant on AI, much like we have internet now. Imagine if the internet just shut down. Even if we wanted to shut down AI at some period of time, we can't do it. We're so intervened within it, so it just wouldn't happen. Here is a statement that says, mitigating the risks of extinction from AI should be a global priority alongside other societal scale risks such as pandemics and nuclear war. And it has been signed by more than 200 scientists. The first 5 are Jeffrey Hinton, Yoshua Bengio, Demis Hassabis. Those are, if you type in Google Scholar, the most cited AI scientists, those are the names you're gonna see. Sam Altman, Dario Amodei, the CEOs of OpenAI and Anthropic. There are many more. You can open it up. On the website you can see all the information, or you can talk to me later, I can guide you. How can you contribute? So you can educate yourself and also spread awareness among your relatives and peers. You can do policy and advocacy. You can do some research and help in academia. You can support transparency and accountability in your work and promote it in your work environment. And you can contribute to open source and community projects. On top of my head, there is one project that is doing data analysis remotely. It's fully open source. So that would help a lot for mitigating, for assessing AI models. So if you're a developer and want to help, this is one way. So there is two main categories. AI alignment. AI alignment is ensuring the actions and decisions of AI systems are transparent, explainable, and in harmony with human values and objectives. I hope this is understandable. We have a course about AI alignment and also about AI governance, which are in the forms of seminars. They're 12-week programs. The first 8 weeks, there is readings you can do for 2 to 3 hours, and it proceeds with a gathering between 5 to 6 people, guided by a facilitator, and it's in the form of discussions. They're completely free. And let me continue about AI governance. So AI governance itself is the establishing and overseeing of policies, principles, and practices for ethical, transparent, and socially beneficial development, deployment, and use of AI. So those are policies like the AI Act, the GDPR to some extent, and now the United States are also making some kind of a restriction directive that would affect the companies that are situated in the USA. Let me go to the questions that I'm gonna ask and answer myself. So, can we just turn off AI when it becomes dangerous? After all, it's our own creation. So there are a few arguments that are supporting this claim, that are against this claim, I mean. So securing control over these systems still poses a lot of questions. As I mentioned, the alignment is still an open area of research. There are many researchers that are focusing on it. Many companies that have specific departments for AI safety and for aligning their models. The second argument is that AI systems can develop self-preservation mechanisms. So if you give an AI model some goal, if it's not alive or if it's not functioning, it might not be able to achieve that goal. So the first thing it has to do is to ensure that it will be active and it will continue functioning after something happens during the process. Also, as I already mentioned, AI may become deeply embedded in our society, and we might not be able to just turn it off. Here, I have a question. And would we take action to turn off a malicious AI even if we had the capacity to do so? A recent example is how Sam Altman got rejected from the board of OpenAI. This could be thought of like as an example, trying to stop to some extent the progression of malicious AI And as we saw, it didn't quite happen. His work was like he was wanted there. And even if we have the red button that says turn off this system, we might not press it because we can't. We are reliant on it. Or the people who are responsible for it might not do it, even if we want to. The second question is that AI could bring numerous benefits. Why should we impose restrictions on its development and use? So, whatever the consequences, favorable or not, they will affect the whole society. So when we think about it, in the previous presentation we saw the many favorable applications that we might have, but we also have to take a step back and think what would happen if things go wrong. If you have like a very capable systems that would just not do what we intended them to do, and what happens then? We have to take a slow approach that prioritizes safety, and we should not throw rocks in the ground without being careful what's going to happen, who's going to hit with those rocks. The arguments from some tech leaders advocating for rapid AI development to achieve a technological utopia overlook the profound implications of failure. So there are many monetary incentives from many developers and researchers per se that want to push for AI in all aspects of our life, but it shouldn't happen that fast. We should take it slowly. The irreversible consequences of mishandling such power argue for a strategy that prioritizes global safety and existential risk mitigation. That's I think I already said. I'll skip on to the last question, which is, shouldn't AI risks be addressed when they pose an actual threat? I think this question is quite easy to answer and to argue against. Most consequences would be irreversible. We can think it as the same example as the internet. AI might become deeply embedded in our society that anything that we apply it to might be very hard to get it off. So some solutions are that prevention is our best friend, so taking preventive measures early on, although it might slow the process at first and we might not reach a potential technological utopia, we should focus on having like standards that we can assess the AI systems properly and that we can ensure they are safe. Addressing AI issues early, we will surely reap its benefits effectively. So we all want the good parts of AI models and AI systems, but we should actually look about the negative consequences and really think about them. I can recommend some books, some videos, but you can find all of them on our website. And yes, that's all from me. Thank you very much.